So, hey guys, today we're going to be deck building, and the deck in question, if you've seen the title already, it's we're building Altergeist with Memento. No joke. So, if you guys remember the Unchained video I made with Altergeist, I found out that Geist actually has potential to be used alongside Unchained, and it's just true, you know. So the primary idea behind this is that let's pull up the Altergeist cards real quick. So if we start out with Milliseek, we can actually climb all the way into a Promethean Princess and then into Ambla Whale. So if we do that, there is actually a pretty nice advantage to this, right? So let's just real quick put all these guys in though. So I think we need Banshee, Sulquatus, manifestation protocol. So let's try going minimal this time around for the most part. So I think 2 is good. No copies of Multi-Faker. And the idea is with Milliseek, what we can do is if we normal summon Milliseek, this by itself can link climb us all the way to Ambla Whale. So the condition we need to meet is specifically we want to destroy Ambla Whale, and we also want to keep Hextia that we will link summon onto, or still keep this on the field. So our board state should be Hextia on field with Amphibious Swarmship Ambla Whale. So to do this, if we just go through the line real quick, normal summon Milliseek, right? Then we have Linkribo, so we link off Milliseek with Linkribo. This triggers Milliseek's effect to search, searching Melwisp effect to then allow you to special summon Milliseek, right, and itself. So now we have 3 bodies on the field, so then we link off our copy of Milliseek and Melwisp for Hextia, and then we'll send Hextia plus Linkribo here for Promethean Princess. And then when we do so, we'll have the ability to add using Hextia. In this case, we add Pukri, I believe, is what we want to add. So we add Pukri to the hand, and then this allows us to link summon using an Altergeist monster we control. But anyway, so we link off these two for Promethean Princess. Promethean Princess brings back Hextia, and then we want to keep this Hextia on the field, right? And next step, we'll need to then make Ambla Whale. So we're going to need to use Promethean Princess plus 1 monster that we don't have at this point, right? But assuming we do, now we have Ambla Whale on the field alongside Hextia, and then we can link off Hextia for either another copy of Hextia, or we can do Prime Banshee, depending on what we're looking to do. I believe Prime Banshee is better because it allows us to add an Altergeist card from our graveyard to our hand for the next turn, right? So for turn 3. So we can just add back a guy, right? So yeah, that's pretty swell, I guess. And then this will allow us to then, if we can manage it somehow, though, I guess we can pop Ambla Whale. So with the effect here, this will summon back Hextia, allowing us to make Adminia. And then Adminia is going to allow us to do some stuff, right? Some things. And it depends exactly how it goes, but in general, it should be kind of helpful, right? But primary thing we want to do here is pop Ambla Whale. With the Unchained cards, there was a way to actually just pop the Ambla Whale, right? And after we pop the Ambla Whale, we just have our Unchained cards and our Altergeist cards, and we have like a lot of the both elements of both archetypes being able to be used on our end board, right? So We have the Unchained Link 2, we have Adminia and stuff, and that's the general idea of what we have going on here, right? We also have the idea of like manifestation. We do chain 1 manifestation, chain 2 Adminia, sending manifestation, and then we get our opponent's monsters. We snatch steal it essentially, and then we can special summon Hextia to tribute said monster to do a spell trap negate. So yeah, that's pretty cool, I guess. And then if our Hextia gets sent, we can add technically even more follow-up the next turn, right? So all things considered, I'd say pretty epic idea. So if we use Memento though, this meets some of the requirements we need. So to start off this combo, we either need to special summon Meluseek or normal summon Meluseek. We're mostly looking for Meluseek, just some form of access to our Meluseek, I guess. If we start with Marionetter and have any Altergeist in our hand, that should work as well. But yeah. Let's see real quick though. Yeah, that just requires one more body, but it still gets us into Adminia, and in general, should be fine. We also have, we'll end with Pukri in hand for the next turn as well, which is pretty nice, so yeah, pretty epic combo. So if we play it with Memento, we have this lovely card, and the fact that we don't really get locked by Memento is also nice. With Altergeist, the only lock is Multifaker, so we simply just cut Multifaker and do not run it. So the idea here is pretty simple. So if we have Mementotlan Fusion here, this has the lovely effect that we actually needed, and I just only realized this recently. The Memento cards have been out for a while, but destroy one monster you control, and if you do, add one Memento spell trap from your deck to your hand. A Memento spell trap, we can add it, but whatever. We can pop our copy of Ambler Whale, which then allows us to special summon Hextia back onto our field, and then that allows us to make Adminia. So this works, and also depending on what we open exactly, we should be able to access our Altergeist cards by like via normal summon, which we have to somewhat save our normal summon for. We should be able to do so if we open like certain hands, certain cards, right? It's a bit situational, but it should be pretty doable. And looking at how we put, well, looking at how we made this list, seems alright for the time being. We'll just cram in as much engine as we can for the time being, for the most part, so I guess we could, though. We could, yeah, let's do Ash Blossom, hold by at least, and then we need to see what else we need to fit into the extra deck. I believe we need an IP, SP, access code should be not bad. I don't think we have enough spells for Celine. I don't even have Celine, so we'll just skip out on that. The Hark, and then let's just throw in some Altergeist monsters for fun. I believe we're good now in terms of like our extra deck. I don't think we need any other generics, do we? I guess we could throw in an Apollosa, I guess. Well, actually, Guardian Chimera, that's what I was missing. Okay. Then in that case, we would probably remove Idolga, sadly. There's no room. And sure, this should work. So here we have Altergeist with our Memento cards, and we'll head right away to the Danger Solo Gate. Honestly, the best solo gate for testing, because some of the other solo gates, they will just see your board scary. I will set a guy and pass despite having like actual combo. The danger solo gate will just um, generally be better for showing off, I guess, like different interactions. So, all right, let's go here to guy's Memento. So let's see if we can get the hand I'm looking for. All right, let's see, let's see. And not quite. So we have Memento Miklon. If we had a way to destroy our Altergeist cards, then we'd be able to do this. But here we still have like a full combo for Memento, so it's not like that bad, honestly. But we don't have access to both engines in a hand like this, so that's unfortunate. That was pretty close, though. There are a lot of 2 cards that work. This is just a really crap hand. Okay. Didn't open any Memento monsters. Alright, alright. What are we looking at here now? We didn't open any Geist cards. But we did open enough of the Memento cards there, for sure. That hand would have worked. Alright, try again. Yeah, this works. Okay. So we want to start with the Memento cards in general because of Tatsu no Toshigo here, so we do that. And then pop. Now we are going to send some guys. These guys will mostly get shuffled back, so it doesn't super matter. But I believe there is a sequence for what we want to do here. We want to actually send one of these guys to the graveyard, I believe. The one we want to send is Mace, right? So we go send Mace, Gaddock, and then Goblin. And then here we go Gaddock Effect to special summon itself. And we do this because we don't want to shuffle back our copy of, I believe it was, Mace. So we want to put Mace into the graveyard. And we want to keep as many bodies on the field as possible, so we want to not use the Gaddock for our fusion summon. So we'll go use, not Gaddock, want Mace in the graveyard, and then we'll put back Goblin, I guess, or Tatsu no Toshigo. Is there any issue with Goblin in the graveyard? I don't think there is, actually. If there is, then I messed up, I guess. Okay, now Twin Dragon. Effective Twin Dragon. We destroy the Twin Dragon. Now we're going to add from our deck to the hand 2 cards. So here I think we always go like Horned Dragon and Tukudlika here. Then this effect allows us to special summon either Mace or Goblin. So do we have any ways to destroy our cards? We have Memento Fusion here. But we're going to want to save that, so I guess let's not. So now we pop, I believe. Mace is fine. And now we add any of these cards from our deck to our hand. I think Bone Party is alright here, so we can just Bone Party. For the extra bodies, I guess. That should be fine. So let's Bone Party, popping Tekudlika. I think this is right, yeah. So we'll do this. And we can special summon a card now, so we'll special summon Memento Darkblade to the field. And, okay, yeah, this does stuff for us later. So now we pop Darkblade here, and then this allows us to special summon the Anguish, which we have not yet activated. And now we can add one of these guys for next turn, I suppose. So I guess we'll just add a Dark Blade, I guess. It's probably fine. And, well, while we're here, let's just start on the Altergeist stuff as well. So, Link off, the Link Reworking. Let's get her done. Alright, Link Rebo. Back to Meluseek. Now we add Melwisp. Special summon Melwisp. Melwisp effect to special summon Meluseek. Hextia. Now we can make Promethean Princess, and we'll link off Gaddock, I guess. Okay. So now Link Reba. Hextia. Hextia effect to Surge. We want Pukri here. Effective Promethean Princess. Summoning back Hextia. Embla Whale. We'll use those guys, yep. And we can put it down here if we want, which is interesting. I mean, it doesn't matter because we're going to pop it, so whatever. This looks funnier, so we'll do it this way. And then here we should be able to just make Prime Banshee using the Hextia and the Pukri. Prime Banshee here. Pukri effect. Now from here, we still have more plays, so we still have the extra bodies here to mess around with, which is pretty good, I guess. What do we want to send off of the Goblin? Because we can special summon back Goblin now, because we never activate Goblin effect to send. I guess we generally want Cranium, so that's probably what we'll add, I guess. So I guess we'll do that. Do we do that now? Yeah, I think so. Okay. I think I want to add Cranium off of this, right? Actually, do we? No, we don't add Cranium. We add Memento Infusion, right? We can play it smarter. Or not Memento Infusion, the field spell. Okay. Embla Whale. Add Memento Miklon. We haven't activated the effect of Anguish yet, so we can special summon more bodies this way. So anyways, we special summon back the Hextia. And that's chill, right? Okay. Now, if we want, we can Prime Banshee effect to then summon another guy by attributing this Hextia, which is, like, honestly fine if there is something we want to send. In this case right now, we aren't playing anyone worth sending, so it is what it is, I guess. Let's see. Who would we have to send, or who would we want to send anyways? So it would have to be a monster that we special summon, and then we send it. We do Silquatus, it doesn't do anything. We can add Silquatus to hand, actually. That's what we can do with it. So we summon a guy, and then we can add it back with Prime Banshee. So I guess we'd technically do that with like a Marionetter if we want to not do that for next turn. There's no real harm in this, I think, right? Unless we want to add back like the Meluseek that's already here. So there's like that idea as well, I guess. But we can just add Marionetter off of Hextia next turn, so we'll just leave this as is and we won't bother activating Prime Banshee. So anyways, Memento Miklon. Anguish effect. We're going to special summon back the Goblin, I guess, right? Popping Anguish. Memento Miklon effect. Targeting this. And we'll just special summon a guy back. It doesn't matter who. It's just going to be linked off, right? Goblin. Pop either. Doesn't matter, it's all the same right now. And then we can now send Cranium. So now we just also have the field spell. Nice. So, okay, Cranium. And then we have enough monsters, I think. I should just count to make sure. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's plenty. So we can send another spell trap card. We'll send, I guess, like the Memento Infusion for the next turn. Okay. Seems fine. Then we'll do Horned here and Adminia. So the arrows for this are, yeah, fine. Adminia effect to set an Altergeist trap, and we'll add a card back to our hand. We'll do either Malwisp or Meluseek are both fine to add back, technically. I guess here we'll do, I think Malwisp is actually perfectly fine, but there are different reasons to add both. If I add Malwisp, I can normal summon Malwisp next turn, I guess, right? But if I add Meluseek, I won't be able to summon it on the next turn if I want to add the other Malwisp in my deck to the hand. So that's what it's about mostly. But I guess doing that only gives us more link material for like IP, like really good ones. So let's just do Malwisp. Yeah, whatever. Okay, Malwisp. Adminia, set on the field. So here we will set Manifestation. And now we have IP. Okay. Effect. Special summon. Now we'll shuffle guys back. So I want to shuffle back Mace for sure. Twin Dragon. Horned. And then let's do, I want to keep probably Angwitch. So let's shuffle all of these guys back, I guess. We'll keep those ones. And let's summon it in attack, I guess. And now we'll end the turn and set Cranium from our graveyard. Okay, so pretty complicated. Not easy to play at all, but alright. Let's just set this here. Now we should have the space to do what we need to do. Okay, so we'll start by flipping over Cranium just to save me the effort. Okay. Dan Cole. We still have like double Ash, so here we have like, we could have 2 non-engine. We'll just save for card destruction because this bot always has card destruction against me. It's like Giga rigged. Here we don't care that much, right? So we just have to be careful about our zone play a little bit here. So Angwitch here. The zone play does matter. Add Mace. Going to use these two to make SP. That'll happen later though. Why? Monster Reborn. Huh? Is it trying to make SP on me or what? Let me read the wording on SP real quick. Using one of these types of monsters, so not summoned from the extra deck, you know? That's funny, but okay. I want to clear up the space actually on my board, so let's just do it this way. So let's do this first. So I have room, right? Move chain on. Okay, so SP here. So we'll use Angwitch and IP. Makes SP effect. We want to keep our Link Rebo, I guess, so we will banish the Brow. And now we'll chain 1, Manifestation. Targeting Hextia. Chain now to the Manifestation. So we send it for cost to take Link Rebo. And the zone play here will matter, so as long as we don't summon it in this zone, I believe we're fine, right? Checking Hextia arrows. It is pointing to the right, so if we summon it here, we lose our spell trap negate. So let's do here, I guess. Hextia here. Now to the spell trap negate. Also, you can't attack into any of my guys because of Cranium. Ah, I knew it. Look, I call it every time. For destruction. Okay. And end. And we still had, of course, the 5 monster negates with Memento, Lin, Cranium, Burst. And Extia, if we send it now, just for anything, we still have more interactions there, right? We had Mace effect to snatch steal our opponent. We have our Promethean Princess that's actually still in our graveyard. And if Promethean Princess actually pops our Hextia here, this is actually going to also trigger Ambler Whale to pop. So if we look at our interactions off of that board, how many interactions did we actually have? So Adminia Snatch Steal, Mace Snatch Steal, IP make SB. SB is like another 2 interactions, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Spell Trap negate as well. That was like Cranium, 6, 7, something like that. And then we have Promethean prop, and then like Amblo pop. That's like 7 interactions, and we still have this Ash Blossom Drift Spring in hand. And you better believe we have follow up. And if our opponent were to activate something on our turn right here, we can use Tekutlika effect to special summon a guy. In this case, we could special summon like Angwitch, and that's just even more follow up. But like, just for here right now, what we can do is like Maoisp effect, and also worth noting about what we're doing right now. This is a spell trap negate, so after this normal summon that we just immediately do, we have another spell trap negate with our Hextia. If we want, we can Linkuriboh send this to do a search. So we can just do that, I guess, right? Or we just send them all. It doesn't really matter, but yeah, we have way more than lethal as well. I guess that's worth looking at. So yeah, that's the basic idea behind Altergeist plus Memento. This worked better than expected. In fact, the end board I think looked better than Unchained Memento. So hey, we're making progress here. That's for sure. If we don't open the right Altergeist cards, I guess we are running like a good amount of like kinda Garnety cards. We could make this more efficient, I guess. One of the cards I think I forgot to put in was 1 for 1. 1 for 1 is really good because if we do 1 for 1 special summon Goblin, I believe that is not quite combo, but if we do Mace or Goblin, it really does get us most of the way to combo, and also being able to 1 for 1 like a Meluseek if we want to is also not bad, I would say. And we do have the option to actually play Where Art Thou then if we want to really focus on getting into Meluseek. So even if we don't open the Altergeist cards, we're not doomed. If we open just the Altergeist cards, we're also not doomed. That Promethean Princess line with the Ambler Whale, for example, it is still like an alright 1-card line, and it does give you like some forms of interaction. So in general, it's not that bad. I do have to remember exactly what that line does though. So let's take a look, actually. Normal summon, link off for Linkuriboh. Promethean Princess summons Hextia. Hextia. What does Hextia add? Hextia, I'm pretty sure, always adds the spell trap in this case. So, are we supposed to add Protocol or the other thing? It doesn't matter that much, but I think in this case we might consider adding Protocol for the monster negate, and then we just link everything off for Ambler Whale, and then just pass back with Promethean. And then when we special summon back, Promethean Princess, we can also special summon our copy of Hextia the next turn, and then Protocol negate, I guess. So pop plus negate, I think, is what that hand does. I don't think you can end on that much more, right? And I think that's about right. Also, this hand is dead. I just wasn't paying full attention. But I mean, this doesn't feel that much more bricky than like a Vanquished Soul, so that's epic, I guess. We have a lot of one-card combos here, after all. So here, definitely combo once again, so it's just like mostly the same thing. So I think here we want to start by putting Gaddock into the graveyard, because Gaddock is just better in the graveyard, I guess. So then we can special summon Angwitch or Darkblade, depending on how we want to do this. It gets more bodies in the graveyard if we start the Darkblade, I guess. Use Darkblade, just summons the Angwitch. And then we do this, and at this point, it should be safe to start on our Altergeist plays. But if we were just to do our Altergeist plays, what would it look like? So we do this, add Malwisp, special summon both, back Hextia. Then we always go into Promethean Princess, yep. This point, because just literally Hextia Pass does nothing. Then here, actually, we don't have the cards we want to link off for our copy of like Promethean Princess, so we should do this first. Destroy itself, and then we'll send cards. Here we can just send, I guess we want to send here Mace, Goblin, and then another copy of Angwitch, which we will just shuffle back later. Okay, we only have one body right now, so here let's grab Mace, I guess. Sounds good to me. And Mace should just grab the fusion spell. Or not fusion spell, the field spell, sorry. So we can do this now. And that should be fine, right? Okay, yeah, and now we can shuffle back a guy as well. So here we add field spell. We don't have any bodies right now, okay. We can send the Darkblade from hand to shuffle back one guy, if we want to shuffle back someone. Who are we shuffling here? Can we trigger two guys? Yes, we can. Okay, so that's fine. We don't need this in the hand anyways. So we can shuffle back these two, I believe. But I don't think that's the right play, so let's shuffle back these two and see how this goes. I think this is fine, since we can summon back two guys overall here. This should be fine, right? Memento, Twin Dragon, and then this always adds Tekutlika and a copy of Horned, which we will just be able to special summon now. Then I think we just use both effects, right? Here we will summon Gaddock, and alongside Gaddock we want to send or summon Goblin, and then Goblin is going to send two cards, and we're going to specifically want to pop Gaddock for this, I believe. So then we can send Cranium, we definitely send, and then one more. We already used Bone Party, okay, so we can send either another copy of Fusion for like a later turn, or we can send Fracture, I guess, for the lose 1,000 attack effect. I guess sending the Fusion is smarter here. Okay, that triggers Gaddock. This destroys by effect after all. And then we can use this effect to grab Cranium. And Yeah, okay. No, this was the right play. I see it now. I didn't fully see the line, but I just coincidentally made the right play. That could have been bad, eh? So yeah, we still have a card to search off of the Memento Fusion, which I just completely happened to forget about. Like unironically, just I didn't remember. Okay, so now Promethean Princess. Now we link these guys off. The line changes depending on the hand cards you have, I guess, which makes this even more complicated, but whatever. Add Pukri. Summon back the Hexia. Gotta make sure not to clog up your zones, I guess, worth mentioning here. And it doesn't matter which one of these two I send here. Embla Whale. From Banshee here. Go this, I guess, right? Grab back Pukri for next turn. And here now we do Memento Fusion effect to pop. And this adds Fracture, actually. I wasn't aware I could do this, but here we are doing this. So Fracture. Effect. Now we summon back the Hexia, and now we have the monsters we need to make Adminia. So we just do it, I guess. Adminia. Combo kind of convoluted, but you know, it is what it is. Adminia effect. Banshee effect. And we'll add back... once again, we'll do Malwisp, I guess. It's not that different, so whatever. And then we'll set Manifestation. Set, Special Summon, make IP, oh, okay, we didn't mess up the zones, but I have to be careful, so I'm paying attention now, and we should summon our copy of Tekudlika to the leftmost zone, so our Hexia doesn't get, like, messed up. So, okay, we do this, shuffle back this, always shuffle back that. Then we'll do this, and this one, I think, and one more. I don't think I need this guy that much, but we'll shuffle back. Goblin, I guess. Okay. And then in end phase, effect to set the fusion. And now we have easy Guardian Chimera. We have IP into SP, we have Adminia, and Manifestation to get our Spell Trap Negate, our Snatch Steal, and all of that. Epic. If we actually played this a little bit differently, if we actually summoned IP before Adminia, Adminia would be in this one of these zones here, and we could actually immediately have a Spell Trap Negate if we actually played it that way instead. So you could argue that's a misplay, or I'm just not caring about that. Okay. Let's flip Cranium. Now what? Monster Reborn? Why does it keep Monster Reborning Link Rebo, dude? Well, whatever. Let's go Manifestation. And Extia. And then Admining Effect. We send the Manifestation. Take control of the Mothman when you put the Mothman in this zone. It actually doesn't matter that we're not playing around anima zones and stuff now that I think about it, because we We have Cranium. Like, why does it matter? We can just negate, like, Anima or whatever, right? Okay. And now we can Promethean Princess if we want, but we don't want to. So this effect now to summon Anguish. Anguish adds Mace, so that's another interaction I forgot about. And we still also have like Op 2, unironically, just Op 2. We do need to clear up our board space a little bit. We want to make Apo, but we can just make Apo here. Like, why not, right? So even more negates. Why not? Go Apo, I guess, instead of SP. I want to do Apo, so let's do 1, 2, 3. 3 material Apollosa. We actually need the space here, so worth doing, I guess. End of main. Oh, that's it. But what we have here, we can use Mace to essentially snatch steal our opponent. 5 negates on Cranium. Fracture effect to destroy 1 card, targeting, and then non-targeting destroy a 2nd card. Then we have Memento Infusion here, after all is said and done, to make Guardian Chimera. So, yeah. Just looking a little bit disgusting here. We also, of course, had the option to, like, still as well, use, in case you forgot, we had these, Promethean Princess, effect to pop Hextia, destroying whatever our opponent special summons here. And then we also have Ambluwhale triggering this effect. If a length 3 or lower monster on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect while this card is in your graveyard, you can bash this card from your graveyard, destroy 1 card on the field, non-targeting as well. This is a fun end board, isn't it? Considering this is like, how many cards did I even need to do this combo with? I'm not even sure. Was this a 5 card? 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, technically, the Gaddock wasn't helpful, so this is about a 4 card combo. I think that this is doable. Yeah. We would have just sent the Gaddock off of the horse anyways, so yeah. This would have been better not to open here in this hand specifically, and we could have just popped Darkblade to special summon like the Anguish, and the line changes a little bit because we're going to need to shuffle back one of our level 1s. I think there's something like that has to happen, and it's like pretty damn complicated. So I think the one we shuffle back is going to be in this case the Goblin with the Memento Infusion. But yeah, anyways, he has to crash into Tekutlika, which also ends up protecting your Apollosa and whatever monster you steal. Assuming it's like a weak monster, your opponent can't just go battle and run over your like, let's say they normal summon, I don't know, let's say Genus Loci, and we try to steal that off of Adminia. Does this say effect monster or just monster? Effect monster, so it can't be Genus Loci. But like, let's say our opponent has like a card that has low attack that they normal summon, that is their combo starter. They can't just run over it by battle to remove our Hextia, spell, trap, negate. So yeah. This board has so many things just layered on top of itself, like layer upon layer upon layer. So if I want to play around like just a instant Raigeki, I could have done that actually. I just didn't do that because I guess I'm stupid, but you know, pretty cool overall. And we can technically send any of these cards for cost with Adminia. So if we did, for example, Chain Memento Infusion, we could do Chain Fracture to send them as well. And that just also works, you know? And in fact, maybe we could have played around that idea, and there's also the idea of using Mace to steal something and then sending that card that we steal to the graveyard as cost with our copy of Adminia as well. There's just so many ideas and different ways to play it, and yeah, I'm going to get lost in the sauce a bit. So alright, let's just end this real quick. and I can destroy one of my own cards right now. Very epic. And worth mentioning, I guess, is Memento Fusion, in case you guys want to try playing this list. This is main phase only, if that means anything to you guys, but yeah, that's probably all I have for you guys today, and I guess we'll show the deck list one more time, in case any of you guys are interested. So, well, the list here is not exactly optimized, we're just mostly testing for the combo. So the going second ability right now on this exact list, it's not going to be super great, but it's still a damn good list, like, to an extent. And I guess we should put in 1-for-1. Oh, right. Okay. 1-for-1. And our monster ratio is pretty high, so it should be fine to do so. I think there are a few adjustments that could be made, like just for later, but just in general, I think the list is pretty fine. So Quatus, I'm not even sure if we can really use that well, but we could easily cut right now because we haven't went into them at all. Our copy of Haunted Rock, Quatus, all 3 copies of Marionetter here. The only time Marionetter will super be hype is if we have Marionetter plus a different Altergeist. But in this case, I think we lose out on our ability to perhaps make IP, and we'll still be able to then do the Hextia, like, Promethean Princess line, get into Adminia and all that. So, not sure if worth, but yeah, just in general though, we can at the very least cut out like 5 cards. Just right off the bat like that. Do kind of min-max the deck, I guess, but yeah. I would say definitely 3 copies of Milliseek. You could play 1 to 2 copies of Pukri, and then Mace, Goblin. They have some 1 of energy. Gaddock, also some 1 of energy. Honestly, Gaddock, sometimes I feel like could be run at 2, but okay. Malwisp, you want to definitely run at 2, because if you open it, you can't search it, so you can't use the search it, special summon it effect to do your combo. Angwitch, 3 of, 1 card combo starter. Darkblade, same thing. Tatsu no to Shigo, this is also actually a 1 card starter. This will take your normal summon, however, so keep that in mind for deck building. Memento Linhorn Dragon, this isn't like the worst Garnet ever, you could actually just shuffle this back. If you needed to destroy this or something, we could shuffle this back, and then search it again with our copy of Twin Dragon. Tekulika Combined. Depends how you want to play it, but like, I feel like 1 copy is plenty. The Fusion, you could play 1 or 2 of this card, but if you are thinking about just in terms of 2-card combos, this actually is a 2-card combo with Mementotlin Tatsuno Tushigo here. Because if we destroy this and then we send a guy, we can technically send like Angwitch plus the target we want to bring back with Angwitch. And then Memento Miklon will summon Angwitch, and then you can use Angwitch to summon like, for example, Mace. And that's just going to be your combo without normal summoning, so that is very epic. Bone Party, probably going to run 3 of, so if we open Meluseek plus literally any Mementotlin monster plus Bone Party, that should be combo. Mementotlin Fusion. I believe this is combo. It's a little scuffed to an extent, but if we, for example, have Mementotlin Tatsu no Tushigo here with Fusion, this is probably the only 2-card we can do with Fusion without using our normal summon at least. But just in general, this is combo with any 2, I believe it should be combo. Any 2 Memento cards anyway, so there are ones that are more ideal to do this with, like, for example, if we have Memento Lin, Darkblade, Angwitch, and then Fusion in our hand and Meluseek, that is going to be a combo, but it's going to be a little bit convoluted and a little bit complicated, but it'll get you to the end board eventually. And then Fracture Dance, well, it's good to have targets, I guess. So Protocol, you can run this as 1, 2, or 3, I think, depending on how much you want to see the Altergeist cards with Protocol. So, yeah, if we do have Protocol, we actually still have the spell trap zones for this crazily enough. And then this will be able to, like, act as an additional, like, monster negate and do some, like, other small things later on down the road. So, yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. And I'll see you guys in the next video. If you have any other, like, deck ideas or anything you want me to try to build, feel free to leave it in the comments below, and maybe I will. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.